What's poppin', T-Subs and T-Squad? So, girl, y'all already know why I'm here. Jen, I kinda sorta woke up on the right side of the bed this morning, but I'm still finna get your ass together. Because the way that you behaved on this episode and the way that you showed your hand and showed your card and showed your true intentions as it pertains to these women and how you have this stupid ass delusion in your mind or in your head that the only way people can be friends with you is if they deal with you and agree with your fuck shit. And I'm sorry. In real life, Jen, real life, Jen, the world and the earth and people on it just don't work, just don't react that way. So let me get down to this stupid ass episode before I really get pissed the fuck off. Because I feel myself getting mad all over again just mentioning your damn name, Jen. Water, girl, water. Make sure you have it in your life. So Whitney tells Heather about the racing / talking to Lisa and Meredith. She tells her that she apologized and they both accepted and decided to start a clean slate. Heather tells her what she and Jen talked about, and Whitney calls her two-faced because in her face is a different story. And Whitney is absolutely right. I agree with Whitney. It's like at the end of the day, don't sit up, be nice to me, smile in my face, give friendly little chit-chat with me, but then you get amongst other people and you're still trying to tarnish my name or tarnish my image simply because I made one damn mistake down to a party. Again, was Whitney wrong for what she did? Abso-thousand-lutely. Abso-thousand, girl. Abso-thousand-lutely. You heard it here first. Hashtag abso-thousand-lutely. Yes, she was wrong. As two left shoes. At the end of the day, the way that you carrying on, Jen, I'm sorry. It doesn't fit the crime. It doesn't. It doesn't. By now, at this point, it's over with. Nobody cares no more. You had a huge hand to play in why it happened the way that it did because you could have went about that shit a completely, totally different way. No, your ass decided to pull your old Jen moves and now it's everybody else's fault but you. And I say it all the time. When is it ever going to be your fault, Jen? And when are you ever going to take accountability for what you do as a grown, rusty-ass, Picasso-face-ass woman? Girl, I keep trying to tell people, your face looks like a third-grade science project gone mad. Like, moving on. Anywho's, and Lisa and Meredith tell Jen about them making up with Whitney. Jen feels like her apology was genuine, but there's still some underlying issues that need to be addressed. What underlying issues? Please don't tell me it's because Sharif ain't talked to you for 4 days. That shit had nothing to do with Whitney. That shit had everything to do with you, your behavior, and the fact that you don't know how, you don't know when enough is enough. You don't know when enough is enough. You don't know when to say, all right, barkeep, I done had way too many. I'm good. Like, my whole thing, Jen, why would you even get... First of all, it shouldn't have been you that got piss-ass drunk down to Sharif's birthday party. It should have been Sharif that got piss-ass drunk down to his damn party. You the hostess with the mostest. Out of anybody, you should have been the main one sober. And in your right damn mind. Jen says, how can they forgive Whitney for throwing them under the bus and lying on them? And this is what I mean. Jen, how did she lie on them? Furthermore, how did she lie on you? Mary came to her with information that Lisa and Meredith somehow told her or made her feel that they were scared or terrified of Jen. You went to Whitney planting seeds about what you think you may know about Meredith and her relationship, or marriage rather, with Seth. Whitney brought it up to them. Now she's the liar. I'm completely confused. And listen, if you can make it make sense, make it make sense. Because I'm with you when you're right. If you can make it make sense for me, make it make sense for me. But I'm 32 years old with a college degree. So I highly doubt you bitches is going to make that shit make sense to me. But if you can and you willing to try, come on ahead and do it. Drop down under the comments and let me know. Listen, whenever I don't like somebody when it comes to these Real Housewives shows, I already see it's always some hoes that's going to be caping for whoever it is that I'm going in and letting have on. And I'm on this show. It's finna be somebody in my comments that's going to get up and try to cape for Jen, which is fine. I have no issues with that. But what I do take issue with is you bitches at me. Don't at me in a damn thing. Leave a tied through ass comment. If I read it, fine. If I don't, oh well. Moving on. Because I said what I said. And I said what I said because y'all heard me say what I said. And I said it. So get mad with me. So then Meredith gets up and leaves. When Jen starts getting irate, telling her nobody is going to tell me whom I can or cannot be friends with. I'm not dealing with that. Goodbye. Yes, God, Meredith, you better give your nasty goodbye. And then Meredith talks about how growing up, with her parents divorcing, basically what I talked about before that a lot of you dumbass parents do that I hate, which is y'all use y'all kids as leverage against the other parent. So she grew up in a almost volatile situation as it pertains to the parents, with all of the yelling and the screaming and this is and this. So when people do that around her, she disengages. She ain't got no time for it. She too rich, bitch, and classy based, white woman rich, and I don't blame her for it. I don't. Meredith is a lot like me. If I had the type of money that Meredith got, oh honey, I don't do scenes and I damn sure don't do embarrassments. I'm about to get up out of here because you will not embarrass me. And I was all here with it. I was with it. So then Heather and Whitney walks in right as, Meredith walks out. And then, Jen is doing the stupid ass shit that Jen does to get attention. So then, Jen tries to leave. Heather's trying to stop her from leaving because Heather's trying to get a better understanding about what the hell just happened. We just got here. We're supposed to be having a really nice dinner. How did we get here, Deborah Cox? Explain it to me. This bitch gonna go and pop her hand. Now listen, Heather, listen, I don't want nobody to think that I agree or condone violence. I don't condone violence. I'm 32 years old. Last fight I got into, bitch, I was in high school, okay? And that shit won't even a fight for real. So I'm not going to sit up here and try to make it seem as if, I'm rough as stuff with my Afro puff all the time. And, I grew up hood, projectic, and that's just the way people handle things with conflict and violence and so on and so forth. I'm not about to act like that because I wasn't raised like that. That wasn't my judge. But I was raised when a bitch put their hands on you first, you mop the floor with them. And I'm sorry. Like, it's bad enough that you're putting me in positions to where I feel like I have to choose between your friendship and everybody else's. And then you sit up and you play everybody to their face. You're very manipulative. And I try to look past that. I'm trying to stop you from leaving so that I can get a better understanding because it's obvious I don't know what's going on. And instead of you just being a real damn woman for once in your life and talk, articulate, and use your words in a manner that grown people do so we can get to the bottom of it and we can get to some type of understanding. You want to try to pop my hand as if you my mama and we was in a corner store and you told me not to grab the piece of candy and I did anyway and you gonna pop my hand? Heather, you're a much better woman than I ever be because I'm telling you, the minute that bitch would have put her hands on me, I would have had that bitch yoked up by her goddamn neck. And her feet would have been damn dangling in the corner somewhere. Now, I wouldn't have hit her. But I'd have damn sure let it be known. Bitch, don't put your hands on me. Another thing that I hate. Jen, you love the gaslight situations. I'm not understanding how the person that's responsible for all of the nonsense and the controversy and the bedlam and the mayhem can be the one person who brings a bodyguard. When you're the one that's assaulting people. You ran up on Whitney. You popped Heather. I'm confused as to why you the bitch that need a bodyguard. Like I said, if y'all can make it make sense, put it down in the comments. If you can make it make sense, put it down in the comments. I'm with you when you're right. All right? And if y'all can help make sense of this, put it in, don't at me, but put it in the comments. Then you got Lisa running behind Jen, and then Lisa felt like Whitney may have caused more trouble than it just being down to the party. She feels like, what she did could have caused problems in her home life as well. Lisa, first of all, let me explain something to you. Jen is not your real friend. Meredith is. So I was completely taken aback as to how you didn't want to run after your friend, but you found the need to run and chase after Jen. For the fuck what? Which proves Mary's point that individually, there is a part of y'all that could be not scared, not frightened, not terrified, but maybe a little bit intimidated. Because you don't want to, okay, it's this small, but I know how she is. She's going to take it from here and turn it into a Category 5 hurricane. So what do I do? You know what I mean? But I just found it real odd and real funny at how you can run after Jen and her stupid ass, but you couldn't give your real friend, your best friend, that. First of all, you and Meredith came together. When Meredith left, your ass should have left. If we're going to, because see, y'all love to pull this loyalty card in this group a lot. I feel like a real loyal bitch would have been like, listen, Jen, I don't know what's going on, but I roll with her. And this is my friend. Right now, she's pissed. She's upset. I'm about to go see what's going on with her. Stay right here. I'm going to try to get her back. But I'm damn sure wouldn't be chasing Jen ass around. Like, moving on. Moving on. And another thing. Girl, please. Her household been fucked up. I keep trying to tell y'all. Sharif Shah got a whole nother family on the other side of town. I keep trying to tell y'all that. That's why he could sit in a house and not talk to this bitch for 4 days. Like, Jen is just one of these women. I wouldn't even care if Sharif cheated. I wouldn't. I dislike Jen so much, I will purposely bring other women around him in hopes that one of them try to snatch him up. Because I just don't see it for her. I don't. Call me what y'all want. Anyway, so then Whitney and Heather tells Lisa about what Jen's been saying about behind all of their backs. And I'm really glad that now Lisa finally gets and understands Jen is not your friend. Jen ain't nobody's friend. Jen don't know how to be a friend. Jen has to work on whatever's fucked up on the inside of her. She's the one who has to get that together within her before she could ever sit up and try to be friends with anybody. And that's just what I said. Heather, your ass included. Moving on, because I'm going to get to you in a minute. So then Jen calls Sharif, yelling and screaming in the phone. And I'm more than sure Sharif is sitting on the phone like, this bitch, like, you gone. I'm here with my real family. I'm thinking everything is over with and I can spend my quality time and you can do whatever the hell it is you do. Then here you go again calling me over a situation that's really not that damn So Whitney, Lisa, Meredith, and Heather talk about the situation with Jen. Whitney tells Meredith that Jen told her about her seeing other people, and Meredith admits it, making Lisa feel some type of way, feeling like she doesn't know her best friend. Lisa, it's not that. Just because that's your best friend don't mean that you need to know the inner workings of every single solitary thing she's going through in her life. You don't. You don't. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you don't. You don't. You don't. Just because you are best friends with somebody, that don't mean, listen, I've been best friends with my best friends for over 10 years. One of my best friends I have known since the 4th grade. And I'm more than sure it's still stuff about her that I don't know. And the other 2 ones that I don't know. Just like there is stuff about me that all 3 of them do not know. That don't make us more or less best friends. That's just me keeping some stuff to myself as I have the right to do. I'm not understanding why people be so heavily invested in anybody else's marriages anyway, especially you, Lisa. Because John, on more than one occasion, got your ass together about how he really feels about you in this marriage and your mothering skills, if you want to be quite honest. Girl, worry about your own damn marriage before you try to be so distraught trying to figure out what somebody else got going on with theirs. And Jen ain't mind running down about people's marriages because look at what Jen got going on. Misery not only loves company, but the whole demands it. Moving on. Lisa says that she doesn't want to be Jen's friend anymore, but Heather doesn't want to throw her away. Heather, here's where I'm going to get you together. Come here, sis. Listen. Sometimes the way to be a good friend is to let somebody go. Period. And I hate the fact that people feel like I'm not being a good friend if I let this friend fall by the wayside. But what good of a friend are you really being to Jen when you constantly have to go through this bullcrap that you constantly have to go through? You can't be friends with somebody else or show somebody else grace because then she's going to get upset. And then if somebody else do something to you and you forgive them and she doesn't, she's the one with the problem as if it doesn't happen to her. Listen, Heather, do yourself the favor, the service, the justice. Let that bitch go. She is not your friend. All right? And I understand you have deep-rooted issues with abandonment or whatever the case may be. You're not abandoning Jen. You're helping Jen grow the hell up. And you're helping Jen realize that your bad behavior and the way that you react to situations is why you have no friends or nobody in your corner. You leaving could be her blessing to help her get her shit together. Stop being a willing participant in her nonsense. You're just aiding on to it. You're not helping it. You're aiding it. Anywho, you do what you want. So Lisa FaceTimes Mary and tells her what happened the night before. Mary says that she knew Jen would ruin the trip and she warned these girls about her, which lends itself to what Whitney's saying is true. That she shared her thoughts. More than likely, Lisa and Meredith sitting around gossiping, kikiing, and foo-la-la. Y'all know how rich white women do. Sit up and gossip or whatever. Doing high society. Girl, they call that high society teas. That's what they call high society tea. So it's not so uncommon for me to feel like, well, yeah, girl, I may be a little bit, yada, 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 yada. So that's my whole point to that. It lends itself, again, furthermore proving Whitney ass won't lie. And Mary, I owe you an apology because at first I thought your ass was lying. I don't think you lying. And I don't necessarily believe Lisa and Meredith are lying. I just believe they were sitting around having a conversation. It came up. It was girl talk that just should have stayed between them. Mary was the one who decided to take it to an outside source. That's just the way I see it. Drop down in the comment if you agree with that, or drop down in the comment if you feel like I'm wrong. I will say this, Mary, this is the first time you actually looked like something. I love the pink, flowy shirt you had on. I love the jeans. I love the boots. They was cute and whatever. This look I lived for. It's a damn shame. It's all the way. Listen, it's a damn shame. The season finale is next week, and you finally wait to episode 12 to give us something good. But I'll let you have it, Mary. Whatever. So Heather goes to talk to Jen. Jen says that she can't move on until Whitney admits that she lied, or until Lisa and Meredith admit that they said that they were scared of her. Heather tells Jen that she was messed up. Nobody else is the problem. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. I really wish that you would have went a lot harder than what you did. But thank you for at least giving her that much. Because you was absolutely right. We're not the problem. You're the problem. Because you sit up, you accept apologies, but you still want to be mad. It's like, and I would love to know her background. Like, why does she choose to be the way that she is? It has to be exhausting waking up day by day being Jen. And it has to be exhausted waking up day by day being married to a bitch named Jen, which is why I say again, Sharif gets his relief with his real girl and his real family on the other side of town. Moving on. Whitney takes the ladies to hypnosis. Jen starts opening up about the night before, feeling like everything bad that happens is her fault. That's because it is. And everybody blames her. That's because it is your fault. And that's why everybody blames you. Meredith gets Jen together about talking about her marriage. Yes, God. Listen, Meredith made it very clear. I don't easily get mad. You don't want to make me mad. And I believe every word of it. I believe every word of it. And then Jen backpedaling in the coochie popping in the handstand when Meredith was like, did you say these things? Did you plant these seeds? Did you say this? Did you do that? And then Jen flat out lied. Jen flat out lied as if Whitney and Heather weren't sitting there. Jen tries to give Meredith an apology, and I live for the hypnosis lady. The hypnosis lady kept stopping her ass and say, I'm sorry. There's no I'm sorry, but there's no I'm sorry, however. It's simply I'm sorry. You have no explanation as to why you did Meredith the way you did, Jen. There's no explanation. Meredith didn't do anything to you. You wanted to be a nosy cunt and be all up in this way. Yeah, I said it. And be all up in this woman business. And instead of you being a real bitch and just admitting your faults and say, y'all, look, listen, I know I was moving all wrong. I'm going through things in my marriage. I'm going through some personal stuff, with my dad or whatever the case may be. Y'all, I know it's me. I know it's me. I'm messed up right now. So then the hypnosis lady asks everybody, who they trust or whatever the case may be. So when asked who trusts Jen, who don't trust Jen, I should say, all the ladies raised their hands, including Heather. They raised their hands, and they had, as they should have. And then when the lady asks, okay, who doesn't trust Heather? Jen raises her hand. Of course you do, Jen. Of course you would. Jen... I did like to see Jen's face when she did it. It was just like a little kid. Like, okay, since you want to get back at me, I'm about to get back at you. Fine, I don't... Done with this shit. Done.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.